Atlanta News First Alert Meteorologist JD Dishroon here. And as we kind of go through our forecast for the next few days, the good news is we do expect the dry weather to continue into the front half of the weekend. The bad news is the back half of the weekend and beginning of next week looks stormy to the potential that we could see severe weather again rolling through the area. Today, though, dry and beautiful temperatures back up into the mid-70s. We're still holding on to the lower 70s there as you take a look at the sunset over on Truist Park in the Battery up there in Cobb County. Obviously, that's where we're going to be seeing the Braves open up the season next week, and you can catch that season opener tomorrow on Braves on Gray. Just tune into Peachtree TV here in Atlanta. But otherwise, it's a beautiful day. A little bit breezy, though. You see those winds out of the northwest about 17 miles per hour. Meanwhile, as we go on into the rest of the day, and into the North Georgia area, you can see a little cooler in the higher elevations to be expected. We're already starting to see some of those 60s work their way back in. 60 in Helen, 64 in Canton, 66 in Gainesville, 68 in Covington, 70 in LaGrange, Griffin, and Thomaston. Now, if you stepped outside today, you probably saw the pollen all over your vehicles. And for those of you allergy sufferers, unfortunately, you could really feel it in your sinuses. We saw that pollen count today rise up to nearly 3,000. Pretty much everything is pollinating and blooming right now. Trees are high. Grass, weeds getting in on the action as well. Mold on the lower side, mainly because we haven't had any rain in a while. And we're not going to have any rain for the next several days to kind of knock this pollen out of the air. And that means tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, we're all going to be looking at some extreme pollen counts. In fact, we don't really see any moisture get in here until at least Sunday. And unfortunately, that's when the severe weather starts to peak up as well. Temperatures heading into the overnight hours are going to be dipping down into the upper 40s here in Atlanta. Outside of the perimeter, it's a little cooler. Upper 30s to lower 40s across North Georgia, and maybe even near freezing for folks up into Blairsville and over towards the Helen area. So those really high elevations could be seeing those very cool temperatures and possibly a frost by the morning hours. No frost, though, for most of us. In fact, tomorrow looking absolutely gorgeous. Temperatures right around 77 degrees with beautiful sunny skies, maybe a few clouds rolling in by the evening hours. Otherwise, though, it's another gorgeous spring day. Even the mountains getting in those lower 70s here in Atlanta and the metro area, mid 70s. And then once you get down towards LaGrange and maybe even up towards Rome, two of our typical warmer spots, that's where we're going to be looking at the upper 70s. Now, as we head into the weekend, Saturday is going to be cloudy. We're going to be looking for temperatures, though, even warmer, up near 80 degrees here into the city. Evening, especially late evening, early morning, some possible showers rolling through. In fact, by Sunday, we're going to be looking at some morning to early afternoon showers and storms, some of which could be on the strong to severe side. That is why Sunday has been designated a first alert weather day. The day that we're really concerned about is Monday. Widespread storms across North Georgia, really Alabama, North Georgia, and the Carolinas, and severe weather a little bit higher on those chances for your Monday because the ingredients a little bit better as we get into the beginning of next week. So they've already issued severe outlooks this far in advance. So we're talking Carrollton up towards Canton and into the Blue Ridge area and to the west. That's going to be our severe outlook for Sunday. Everybody jumping in on that action, though, as we head on into Monday with a level 2 out of 5 risk. And obviously, we'll be keeping an eye on that. So here's the big picture. Now, by Sunday, we'll have morning showers and storms and possibly going into the early afternoon. And it's potentially severe. There is the threat. But look at the energy. That's not over us at that time. It's actually way back out to the west into the Texarkana area, back along the Gulf Coast. That's where the real big severe threat on Sunday is going to be. We have a low severe threat on Sunday. But as we head into Monday, that higher energy moves into our area. And we're going to be seeing some wicked wind shear up into the atmosphere, and that is going to give us the potential for supercells, which gives us all the severe threats. We're talking large hail, damaging straight-line winds, and even isolated tornadoes. Now, I don't want you to focus on exactly where the highest shear is. That's not going to help you on this Monday graphic. The reason we have it is to show that there is the potential for the entire area to see that higher wind shear and those supercells develop. So basically, this is just kind of one snapshot in time. We can't show you the whole thing in this one particular graphic because it gets really convoluted. But everyone in the viewing area has that potential to see those supercells Monday into Monday evening. So here's the timing. A few isolated showers late Saturday, but notice Sunday morning, waking up and walking out the door, showers and storms already in place. By the afternoon and evening, they move out. That's some good news and some bad news. It's good news because it gives us a chance to dry out a bit. So if you have Saturday evening plans, luckily it looks like we're drying out. Why is it bad? It allows the atmosphere to reload in advance of Sunday, or I should say Monday, and that's when we have the higher potential for severe weather. Notice the European model here bringing in that severe threat late in the morning into the early afternoon. We're obviously going to be watching timing on this, but don't take the timing as gospel right now because we are still so far away from this event. By the evening hours, though, most models agree this is pushing out, and we're going to be drying things out beyond that. In fact, Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, we're going to be looking at upper 70s to lower 80s and partly to mostly sunny skies. So again, your 70 forecast dry up until the front half of the weekend, maybe a 20% chance of a late shower on Saturday. 50-50 shot of showers and storms on Sunday. We have a severe potential. It's not as high, though, as what we're going to see on Monday, but it's still there. So we need to pay attention to it. That's why we have that first alert weather day. Monday, a first alert weather day, a higher chance of severe weather rolling into North Georgia, and it'll be lasting in the early morning, I should say late morning into the middle of the afternoon, and then it finally starts to move out. Well, once we get beyond that, we're going to be seeing temperatures a little cooler in the mornings, but still into those mid-50s. So a very spring-like weather pattern as we go in through the next several days. One of the things to point out, it's a good indicator of how much moisture is in the atmosphere. Look at those temperatures early Monday morning. We don't get out of the 60s. Our average low this time of year is in the upper 40s. So it shows you, in addition to that, atmospheric energy and that wind shear that we talked about, we have a lot of atmospheric moisture when the dew points are that high this time of year, and that's another ingredient you need for that severe weather threat. So again, it's all coming together on Monday. Still 5 days away. We're going to time it out and keep our eye on it as model run and model run begin to come in. And then again, also by the time we get to Saturday, much more higher resolution models will arrive, and we should be able to lock down our severe threat and our timing by the time we get to that point. Otherwise, enjoy the next 3 days and have a wonderful evening ahead. We'll be back on air and online tomorrow with the latest updates.